Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. 高天原にかすまります。かむろきかむろにのみこともちて、すめみおやかむいざなぎのみこと、つくしのいむかのたち花のおどのあぎあらに、みそぎ払いだもう時になりませる。払いどのお神たち、もろもろのまがごと積みけがれを。払いたまえ清めたまえとまおすことのよしを。天つかみ国つかみやおよろずの神たちともに雨の淵駒の耳振り立てて気を示せとかしこみもまおす。弥勒大神守りたまえ先会いたまえ弥勒大神守りたまえ先会いたまえ教えみよや主の神守りたまえ先会いたまえ教えみよや主の神守りたまえ先会えたまえかんながらたまちあえませ。かんながらたまちあえませ。Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan, and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified, as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us, radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your grace. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
May God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Truth, virtue, and beauty. Only deeds of love can bring forth a world completely filled with truth, virtue, and beauty. Paradise on earth will be a world of beauty, a place where the inner hearts of all its inhabitants are just as beautiful. One whose thoughts, words, and deeds are always pure, always beautiful, can surely be considered one who lives in paradise. God's purpose is to create an ideal world where truth, virtue, and beauty reign. Needless to say, the dark forces foster falsehood, vice, and ugliness. Beauty is necessary to the soul as it brings joy and a sense of wholeness, not only to yourself, but to all who come in contact with it. It can be called a kind of virtue. The higher a civilization is, the more conscious it should be of the value of and need for beauty. It is essential that everyone cultivate a greater sense of aesthetic values. By so doing, not only individuals but nations as a whole will benefit. Making beauty and its expressions in the various phases of life one of a person's main goals is a contribution of immeasurable value toward the betterment of society, which will certainly serve as a means of furthering the realization of paradise on earth. Beautiful environments make for beautiful thoughts, helping to place a person's mind on a higher plane. This, in turn, reduces crime and other negative actions in society. It must be realized that any teaching that aims at high ideals should maintain an awareness of beauty.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service. Congratulations to all women today for the International Women's Day. Thank you also for your continuous prayers for the victims of wars and natural disasters. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Teresinha de Jesus Alencar da Silva. She's from Porto Seguro Johrei Center in Bahia, Brazil. Teresinha, who is now 61 years old, has been a Johrei member for 5 years. In June of 2018, she experienced severe pain in her left knee, could only get around with great difficulty. Because she lives approximately 15 miles away from the most local Johrei center, it was difficult for her to receive Johrei frequently. Consequently, she resorted to various over-the-counter drugs that people recommended to her. Teresinha used 9 types of ointments, believing that they would be beneficial. However, none provided any relief, and her continuous pain only increased in intensity. In September, medical tests were performed, and it was found that the ligaments of her knee had simply deteriorated by natural wear and tear, even that she had not suffered any fall or sprain. They recommended treatment, of course, was surgery, and the procedure was scheduled for December of that year. Teresinha then decided to report to her minister what was happening, whose guidance was for her to intensify the receiving of Johrei until the date of the surgery. She and the minister prayed together at the altar, turning over her purification to God and Meishu-sama. Believing that through our practices of faith she could obtain healing, Teresinha decided to challenge herself. Even with difficulty, she traveled daily to the Johrei Center, where she received an average of 1 hour of Johrei each time. and involved herself in performing various projects and services for the center. Additionally, she intensified her readings of Meishu-sama's teachings and presented regularly monetary offerings of gratitude. Subsequently, the pains in her knee gradually dissipated, and in less than 3 months, her health was completely restored. Teresinha was not only able to walk normally, but even began to engage in running. Surgery became unnecessary. Through this experience, Teresinha came to realize that by following our guidelines and giving service to the divine work, we can overcome our difficulties, most especially in moments of purification, while we gain strength, protection, and deeper understanding. Teresinha is very grateful to God, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for being blessed by them, and for all that she has learned through her purification, which has contributed to the strengthening of her faith and commitment to the divine work. Thank you very much for attending this evening service, for listening to this faith experience to its very end. I wish you a most wonderful evening.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed evening.